Whoa, holy smokers, this ain't no jokers. I just took 7 days and 12 hours off from the YouTube channel. Anybody that's been following my YouTube channel for, years and years now, you guys know I almost never take time off from YouTube. I always got content coming out. I always have videos on deck. And I just went 7 days and 12 hours without posting any video on the main channel. That's just absolutely crazy, okay? This is something that's never happened before. And so that video there was literally the last video I posted on the main channel, which, by the way, crazy. The amount of support that video got is on a scale I've never seen before on YouTube. It had over 9,600 thumbs up and only 174 thumbs down. That's the craziest thumb up to thumb down ratio I've ever seen on my channel ever in history. Let's just put it that way. Absolutely nuts. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that video. That was a long video. I think that was the longest video. So we did two historical things back to back. I created the longest video in the history of my YouTube channel, followed up by the longest hiatus ever in the history of my YouTube channel. But glad you guys enjoyed that one. So where the heck have I been? What the heck have I been up to? That is a big question that I want to answer here today in this video. So I hope you guys are glad I'm back. Smash the thumbs up. You know the drill. What else are you supposed to do? Hit the notification bell. Man, it's been so long since I recorded a YouTube video, I forget what to do, okay? So what have I been doing? Well, maybe just sitting around the house, just playing some Warzone or something like that, right? No, maybe just drinking a little wine and playing some chess. No, not that either, okay? You guys know I live in Vegas, right? Maybe I was down at the Win High Limit Room, getting a little gaming action on, helping out business a little bit. No, not that either, okay? There's some things I've been doing for the last 7 days and 12 hours, speaking to a CEO, looking into stocks, and checking out some real estate, and checking on the economy, a lot of different things. Just because I haven't been posting on YouTube for 7 days and 12 hours doesn't mean I've just been sitting around twiddling my thumbs or something like that. Been up to a lot, okay? So, one of the things I've been up to is I spoke with Bob Groesbeck in person at Planet 13. Actually went down there and got a meeting with him. And it was a really, really good meeting. It was constructive. I thought it was very good, a lot of respect for the guy. He really, showed me a lot of respect too in terms of he had, people try to interrupt the meeting. He told them to stay out. He got a phone call during it, didn't even bother to check who was calling him, anything like that. I just pick up on a lot of little things and just a lot of respect there. And so I appreciated the fact that he was willing to, sit down with me for, a half hour, 45 minutes and just really talk about the business, which is what I wanted to do, and really just talk on a high level about my bullish thesis on the stock. Is that crazy? Am I just crazy and all those sorts of things? And really just sat down and had a very constructive meeting. We talked about a lot of things. One of the interesting things he told me during that meeting was, back when he was, building that first store, that Planet 13 right here in Vegas, he showed a lot of people, the project they were doing, the vision and things like that. And most people actually didn't get the vision. They thought, there was even some talk that, this is going to be a barbecue store in 6 months, meaning Planet 13 was going to go out of business and it was just going to be, like a joke or something like that. And obviously, it's been anything but that. It's been a smashing success. Obviously before Rona, place was packed. And I got to say, I've been down there I don't know how many times, 10, 20 times since they opened back up, even with Rona going on, right? Even with the strip business being super weak, and business is always very strong down there, very strong. I even asked him, has this surprised you how many customers are coming through the store? And he said, absolutely. We didn't get into any short-term stuff. I don't want to get him into any, trouble or anything like that. So I didn't try to even go there. And plus I want to build a mutual relationship with respect and trust and those sorts of things. So I didn't want to put him, hey, what are the revenues numbers looking like or something like that. I didn't want to put him in any of those type of situations. But at the end of the day, that was a very positive conversation. And at the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm crazy about my bullish thesis. I asked them, 5, 10 stores, is that realistic over the next 5 years? Absolutely. The build out of the brands and things like that. And basically, I just came to the conclusion that where I think this stock's going over time is where it's going. We're supposed to hopefully potentially have another meeting in a few months from now and talk a little more about Santa Ana, which we didn't get into that much And then we just kind of mentioned it, and I asked him how close was that to Disneyland. He said it was like 8 minutes away from Disneyland, so very, very close. And we talked about Cabela's, and back that was one of my most successful investments back in the day, and how I look at Planet 13 as kind of like the Cabela's of obviously MJ. And we just talked about a lot of stuff. Very positive. I don't usually do this type of stuff. I don't usually request to speak to CEOs or those sorts of things. But with this one, I kind of wanted to, because it's such a small market cap. It's a $300 million something market cap. And at the end of the day, this is one of those stocks I'm putting my stake in the ground, making sure the whole world knows I'm invested in the stock. And for me, my most valuable asset is always going to be my personal brand, or at least it is to this day. It's worth more than my stocks, it's worth more than my real estate or anything like that. So at the end of the day, I can't really afford this one to be, a stock that, does horrible or something like that, or, who goes to become a bankrupt company. And so it's a smaller market cap company. So I just wanted to have a meeting there, okay? It's not like I need to have a meeting with Tim Cook if I'm going to buy Apple stock, or Zuckerberg or Elon Musk. Those type of companies, I just don't need that, because they're so far with building the business. Planet 13 is such a newer company, such a smaller market cap, that I really just wanted to have that one-on-one meeting, and it went very well. And I'm still actively buying Planet 13. I still hold, obviously, a lot of shares in this stock. So 10,000 in this particular account. Another account, I have 33,000 shares. Another account, I have 6,400 shares. Another account, I have 4,500 shares. We're obviously doing very well on all those, but I think it will all pale in comparison compared to where that stock will go long term, in my opinion. And all I can do is laugh at the folks that said, this was just going to be some pump and dump, and just going to make 10% on the stock, or 20% and sell all their shares or something like that. It's just, it's quite laughable. At the end of the day, you don't do that with these type of stocks. Imagine if I did that with Tesla. I was like, ooh, I'm going to buy into Tesla. I'm going to start talking about it on YouTube, and I'll make 10% on the stock, and then I'm going to sell out. It's just ridiculous. And now that stock's up 567% for us. It's done absolutely amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. And, just some real advice for you guys. When you find a stock that you think has massive long-term potential, upside, we're talking about stocks that you think can 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x their stock price over the next 5-10 years, okay? You don't sell with a 10 or 20% gain, okay? You just don't do that. You don't make those type of decisions. When you find these type of opportunities, which I feel the plan is one of those opportunities, which is why I'm still willing to buy it, even though I'm up massively on my shares. When you find those type of opportunities, you don't sell them with a small gain and be like, oh, I'm done. Not when you personally think like this is a massive opportunity here. Imagine if I did that with Tesla. Imagine, 227 cost base. Imagine it goes up to 250. I'm like, woo, just made a bunch of quick short-term money, and I sell out of that stock. Imagine how stupid I would feel today with the stock at $1,500, okay? Or imagine even if I sold it $300 or $400, which, I know there might be a few people on this video that actually did make those type of decisions, and just treat it as a learning experience. But at the end of the day, when you find stocks that you feel have massive upside potential, you don't sell out of those stocks. You hold those stocks long term, so they can fulfill where you think that stock's going. You don't try to get in and out of it or something like that. Or, ooh, it might go back down, so let me get out of it. Let me get back in. No, let me get out of it. No, guys, that's not the way this works, okay? It's not the way this works when you have these type of massive opportunities, okay? I went to Arizona, which was quite interesting, okay? So you guys know I live in Vegas, but Arizona is almost like my second home, and that's actually my hometown. So had to go out there because basically we're having a house built in a guard-gated community. It's on a country club right on the golf course. And looking super forward to that home. And so we had to go check on it because basically, a lot of it has been built now, and you have to go and check things off every once in a while. And by the way, people might ask, why are you building an Arizona home? Are you planning on moving from Vegas back to AZ? No. Okay, there's a few things. Diversification of wealth. Obviously, all my money, or not all my money, but the majority of my net worth has always been tied up in the stock market, right? And I feel like since I reached certain levels, I should diversify a bit. So 2020 has kind of been my year of diversification. So 2019, I actually bought my first house. I've actually rented for the longest time. I rented homes all the way until I was 28, 29 years old, because I always felt like the money would be best deployed, basically in stocks versus real estate. Then I started to diversify a little bit here, actually in 2019. And then this year I bought a couple other houses. I got the one being built in Arizona. I got one that's just about to start construction within the next 30 to 45 days here in Vegas. That's going to be a big boy. But the AZ home, diversify wealth. I want to build wealth also through real estate leveraging, because obviously you can use leverage when you're talking about real estate, right? And that house, honestly, from day one, when it's built, the AZ home, we could actually flip that for a pretty nice profit right away, because we got in that community right when they were starting to build. I negotiated some deals and things like that. And it was kind of right around when Roni was starting to take off and things like that. So I think that will be a builder of wealth. And also, we spend a lot of time in Arizona, and a lot of times we have to make very quick trips. I can actually use that house as a second YouTube studio, as well as recording videos for my private group and things like that. So versus, right now it's usually like if we go down to AZ, it's like a 2-3 day trip and got to be right back because, oh gosh, I got to start recording YouTube videos again, and I got to start recording videos for, everybody in my private group and things like that. And so, whoa, gosh, we got to get back to Vegas. Well, now, since I have a second studio, we can go down there for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time, and actually spend some time there, enjoy that house, and have a studio there and actually be able to work and all those sorts of things, since we have a lot of family in Arizona. So that's just going to make it more smooth there. But no, I'm definitely not moving away from Vegas. I love Vegas's, obviously no state income tax. I love a lot of things about Vegas, but especially no state income taxes. It makes a big difference, believe me, on that, okay? Now, a lot of things I want to check out in Arizona, and then we'll get to a stock or two that I actually was looking into, spending some time on over there. But Rona. So Arizona obviously has been in the news so much over the past several weeks, and I'm talking national news. Like CNBC, I'll open up the CNBC app and they're talking about Arizona and the Rona and this many numbers and those sorts of things. So it's kind of interesting to go there. Okay, I went to several different restaurants while we were out there, and I can tell you all the restaurants we went to, which I think we went to maybe 3 while we were out there, so 3 or 4 maybe, and none of them were super busy. None of them were like, whoa, this place is packed or something like that. They're all actually fairly dead, and the type of places we went are places that are usually really busy, but they got like half capacity, I think, or something like that there, like 50% capacity in terms of the dine-in, and just like none of the restaurants were very busy. Let's just be very, very clear about that, okay? I went to several malls when I was out there, so I'm really trying to see like how is business in a place like this that's in the news all the time for Rona being so bad? How is it? Obviously restaurants were not too busy. So went to Arrowhead Mall on a Monday morning. So usually on a Monday morning, you should expect the mall to be pretty dead. I mean, on Monday morning, it's a mall, like, come on, like, but it was actually decently busy, I gotta say. I was actually a little surprised. I thought it would be like ghost town. Arrowhead Mall was actually decently busy, okay? Went to the Scottsdale Quarter, which, if you guys don't know Arizona, you probably have no clue where I'm talking about, but these are just different malls, okay? Went to Scottsdale Quarter. It was hot as heck, okay? And that's an outdoor mall-like area. So, Scottsdale Quarter was not too busy. It also wasn't a ghost town, but it wasn't too busy. Same thing, we went across the street to what's called Kierland Commons. That's also outside, and it's like 110, so, or whatever on that day. And that wasn't that busy either, but at the same time, it wasn't a ghost town. It wasn't like we were the only people walking around or something like that. It wasn't a ghost town, but I definitely wouldn't call it busy by any means, but it was, insanely hot, and it's a Monday, okay? I will say we went to Scottsdale Fashion Square, which is an indoor mall in Scottsdale. And that place was actually really, really busy. I was surprised. I'm like, this is a Monday, and this place is busy. The Louis Vuitton store had a line, believe it or not, on a Monday. On a Monday afternoon, the Louis Vuitton store had a line just to get in. I know there's obviously like a limit of customers you can reach in there, but I was surprised to kind of see things like that. A few other stores actually had lines to get in them, and there was just a decent amount of activity, especially for a Monday. They're not talking about like we went on a Saturday or Sunday, and you can kind of expect that. So, business is decent. Even in a place like Arizona that's constantly in the news for Rona, like business is what I would describe as decent. It might not be, great, but it's not like end of the world bad or something like that, okay? The main hits I kind of saw were kind of the restaurant side. The restaurants seemed to be the ones that were kind of hurting the most, I would say, at least right now. Went to Topgolf, and that was also on Monday. We went over to Topgolf, and I can say it wasn't that busy at Topgolf, okay? Now, it was 110 out, so, to play at Topgolf, you gotta be a little crazy in 110. It's not air conditioned. They have some fans that spin around, but it was flipping hot, okay? It was flipping hot, but it wasn't too busy there. Topgolf, it's like a driving range, plus you can get drinks and food and those sorts of things. And like I said, that was the least busy I've ever seen a Topgolf before. I will say that, the least busy I've ever seen a Topgolf. It was maybe like 20 bays taken or something like that out of, I don't know, 50 to 100 bays or something like that. Maybe 20 were taken total. So that wasn't too busy, but it was super hot. I will say the traffic wasn't bad at all. We flew around town, especially on that Monday. We were all over the place and traffic wasn't bad, which tells me essentially still a lot of people not going to work or out of work, or companies that are just having their people work from home or something like that, because like I said, like traffic wasn't bad, and especially on the 10, even the loop. I mean, on a Monday, you should expect there to be a decent amount of traffic, and we flew all around town. This is a map of all the different highways we were on, throughout time, like the 303, the 101, pretty much the whole thing, the 10, the 17, the 51. We were on all these different parts, and I can tell you, we never ran into a traffic jam or something like that. And especially on a Monday, you could usually expect some traffic in Phoenix. Anybody from Phoenix knows exactly what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to the 10, okay? So overall, I kind of got some mixed messages out there. Like, business is decent, but it's not fully back. Let's put it that way. It's definitely not fully back when it comes to people going back to work and those sorts of things either. But it's not like, it's not like there's no business activity or something like that going on out there, okay? I got a chance to listen to the Tesla conference call in full, okay? And I'll say the conference call was decent. It was good, at least in terms of Elon Musk's part and whatnot, and the CFO talks for quite a while, but I will say it was kind of a lame question and answer session in my opinion. It only had about, I think it was like 14 or 15 minutes for questions, and so I was a little disappointed. I would have loved to hear questions for about 30 minutes and kind of talk on some different things, but unfortunately, it was only a 15-minute question and answer session, but I enjoyed listening to that conference call. Posted a few things in the breadcrumbs tab in the Discord chat for everybody in my private group. I posted some things like this. Basically, I'm really bullish on this particular brand called Sparkling Ice, which is owned by Dr. Pepper Keurig, and I've just been on the lookout for that. I think that's actually one of their big growth opportunities for that particular company. So I've been doing some work recently on that particular stock as a dividend play. You guys know me, I'm mostly either a value investor or a growth investor, but I've been trying to take dividend investing a little more serious in 2020, which, by the way, it's been a hard year to do that because of Rona messing up everybody's dividends. There's so many companies having to cut, but Dr. Pepper's not really one of those type of companies that really needs to cut in this whole situation. It's a kind of a smaller yielder, though. That's the only thing with this one, Dr. Pepper. Only a 2% yielder, so that's not that great, but I've been doing some work there, and that's what I'm keeping an eye on. I'm hoping for some weakness in that stock of some kind, and if we can get some weakness there, it could be actually a potential stock I might add in the dividends only account or something like that down the road, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, that's what I have been up to. And let me know if you guys want a 3 stocks I'm buying August edition. I'm kind of divided if I want to do one this month or not. So, let me know if you guys want that. I can do that maybe even as soon as tomorrow. If not, just let me know if you want it. Smash a thumb. Or let me know in the comment section if you're interested in me doing a 3 stocks I'm buying August. I can absolutely put that together if you guys are interested, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always, and if you're looking to scale your portfolio, check out the first link in the description. If you're somebody that has 5 figures in the stock market, you're looking to get to 6 figures or 6 figures, and you want to get to 7 figures, these are all things I've helped tons of members go ahead and achieve. So if you want to kind of look for the blueprint to scale your account, go ahead and check out that first link in the description and apply, and hopefully we can book you for a call. Thank you for watching and have a great day.